Hello everyone, and welcome to
Well, there is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So things are underway. Well, you would think that the name Luis Suarez on any team sheet is sufficient to make any opponent shiver.
And I think I'd struggle to name a striker who's better at playing his position.
So what would you say is his outstanding characteristic, Jim? What makes him special?
Well, I'm going to have to say it's his winning mentality, that doggedness, that ruthlessness, the desire to win at all costs.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Diaz. Kimmich. And it's Ronaldinho. This is a promising build-up. Diaz. Vieira. Bellingham. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's played in. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. That has been cut short. Messi. And Messi! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
England with the corner, they're first. And now they can spring out of defence. Aims beyond the defence. Yamal is onto this. He is through. Tries a shot! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
And it's Messi. And the return pass. Vieira is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
England are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Now he's off and running. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And he's forced to go back. And that has been slung wide. Bruno Guimaraes.
England really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
He's had it taken off him. Messi. Threads one in. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Mendes is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. And that is expertly dealt with. And here's Messi. Not the most convincing of passes. Shapes to shoot! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, the goal was really well worked. Look, the game is a constant search for space, and he found a pocket.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now, can they get him away? Yildiz. Gets a good foot in there. Bruno Guimaraes. Well timed, excellent interception. Stones promptly onto that, and that is that. Davis tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Pass somewhat off target. Well, that's been cut out, well played.
Oh, really well played.
That is a great pick out. And the shot! It's in!
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
England have their lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
He's got away. Now that's well seen too. Ronaldinho. And that signals the end of the first period. England have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. And we are up to the break.
Oh, what a half, Peter. What a half. It really has had a bit of everything. Two sides going tooth and nail, trying to win this from the off. If only all games could serve this up.
England ahead by just the odd goal in 3. It is 2-1 at the interval. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Now it's Luis Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Stones. Koundé. It's Davis. Knocks it into space. And he cuts out the supply. Bellingham. Great vision. He's through here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Bellingham is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Ferdinand. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Paredes. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he get it through? Look where it came from. And this is Luis Suarez. Oh, that's an excellent interception. Deftly out wide. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Ambitious ball here. Yamal proves just a little bit too strong.
Borussia Dortmund really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Now it's Bruno Guimaraes. Yamal. Massaro. Foot in. Goes down, but nothing given. It looks a good ball through. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Well, the idea was a good one, the execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, well measured. Lovely pass, but Luis Suarez! It's a goal! And this is getting better and better.
England after 72 minutes in.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it was 2014 that Corinthians relocated to this high-tech arena. This the ultimate demonstration of their power as a club revered amongst the world's supporters. Their fan base believed to be somewhere in the region of 30 million people. Things already rolling, and he shoots! That is decidedly lacking.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
Could be danger here. Yamal's cross, deftly away. Bellingham wins the duel. Decent chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Opts to play it back. Luis Suarez. And this is Luis Suarez. Szoboszlai. Ronaldinho. And this is Luis Suarez. Neymar. Ferdinand cuts it out. Bellingham. Short changes him with that pass. It's a good ball out wide. Yamal is in a really good position out wide. Takes the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. And the keeper beats it away. He's going for goal! Superb from Valverde! He's got himself an absolute peach. And we have liftoff! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
England are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. That's a little off target. Ronaldinho. And it's Mendes.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? England really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Kimmich is the distributor-in-chief, always looking... He'll try from distance! Boy, he struck that clean. And he cuts out the supply.
Corinthians really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Oh, super find. And he's managed to get free. Takes a shot! And it's been hooked away. Vieira knocks it out wide. Neymar. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Luis Suarez! the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Can he finish? He doesn't look too happy with that. Corner number 2 then. Bullish header! And he's gone looking for safety. Bellingham. And it's Kimmich. Vieira. Goes for the shot! Sharp and fizzing, but not quite.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite.
And he's decided to go for it. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Knocks it into space. Vieira. Kimmich. Now it's Ronaldinho. Ball looks a good one. He has found the way through. He slings it in. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Yamal.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Over to the right flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Ronaldinho. Gabriel gets over and intercepts. Van Dijk calmly anticipates. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Mendes makes the interception. Vieira. And it's Bellingham. Ronaldinho. So intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Yamal. Now that's well seen too. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. England go in at half-time with a game to chase.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So, into the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Now it's Neymar. He's found a way through. Thuram deals with that comfortably. Messi. Well, that's been cut out, well played. And it's Deco. He's having a pop! Frustratingly close. Kimmich. Nuno Mendes. Well, we expected better, and so did he. He won't be happy with that one. Deco. No way through. Pass is just off target. Nuno Mendes. England still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Great vision, and he was quick to react. Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Threads one in, and it's been played through. Goes for a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. Luis Suarez! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Público presente na partida de hoje. 60.179 espectadores.
That's the keeper's ball. Now it's Luis Suarez. He's beaten the last man. And this is Messi. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Luis Suarez. And the finish! And for a moment, time stood still. Oh, that's a key interception. That looks a good ball through. Calm breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Corinthians clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Just eases him off the ball.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well, that pass surprised everyone and not in a good way. Desai spots it and intercepts. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
England are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Now it's Neymar. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Out towards the flank. That's a good run down the left. Ronaldinho plays. Had a shot! It's in! Do not write them off! Back they come!
Gol marcado para a Inglaterra.
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Substituição no time do Corinthians. Camisa 23.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Neymar.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Para entrar
Well, needless to say, Peter, they're eager to get...
Can he finish? Goal, England! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
England with the lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Neymar. That's Vieira. Oh, it's Bergkamp. Searching pass he's played there. Khan gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
Corinthians really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And no, that was never going to make it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
England close now to seeing this one through to the end. That's a lovely, neat pass. Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Desai gets across to intercept that. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Oh, nicely intercepted. And that's that. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Luis Suarez picking up the...
Senhoras e senhores, sejam
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Luis Suarez really is a player who can do everything. He makes a more than decent target man, and his energy levels mean the opposition defence are constantly under pressure.
And that, I guess, is essential if you're going to play pressing football.
Well, that's right, as so many sides do these days. I hated playing against players like Luis Suarez. Not that too many met his standard in my time, but he just never let you rest, Peter. He was always around about you, and you knew he was going to pop up and cause you trouble at some stage, whether he was on the attack or whether he was defending.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
What a save by David Raya! That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
That's good play. He's having a pop! And he has kept it out somehow.
Nuno Mendes actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And Shevchenko. Valverde picks it up out wide. He has found the way through. Bellingham with the delivery. And that has been cleared. Forced to go back. Bellingham! Nicely aimed pass. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And it's Messi. No, that's been intercepted. Bellingham. Neither side yet able to find the net. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Sao Paulo are inclined to exhibit a more cavalier approach to the game, Jim.
Yeah, possession-based football can be expansive and stylish, provided you have enough ballers in your team and someone who can dictate the tempo. It's not a style that anyone can necessarily play easily, Peter.
Now it's Rooney. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. That is a little undercooked. Bellingham. Shevchenko is onto this. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Vieira. Bellingham. This is a promising build-up. And it's Mendes. Now it's Bellingham. McAllister. Bellingham. Bellingham stood his ground strongly. Now it's Shevchenko. Now it's Bellingham. Looking for the run. He's picked his way through. Poor robust challenge. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. England present their opponents with the best possible chance here. The major moment in the game. One winner. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Sao Paulo have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. That's a shade optimistic. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Bellingham. Pass is just off target. Serginho.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Now it's Shevchenko. Great vision.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Now it's Totti.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Can he finish? Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Mendes. Bellingham. No way through there. Ronaldinho, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Oh, that's fabulous. Valverde does really well to win the ball there. Looking for options for movement. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see. He's having a hit! It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're underway for the second half.
England really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Bellingham. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He is just caressing the ball. And it's Messi. And this is Luis Suarez. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Shevchenko. Vieira. Ronaldinho. Nuno Mendes. He is through here. And here's Suarez. And this is Messi. Messi had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
England still this single goal behind. Serginho. Romero.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Tries to pass it through. Defending was strong and firm. He's got away.
There they go, hunting again.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, that's well spotted. And this is Messi. Now the delivery. Real chance! Quite brilliant! Ronaldinho! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
If you have that good a connection, you know where that's going to end up, Peter. I think he knew the moment he caught it.
England restore parity. There's the shot! Goal, England! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entity.
Luis Suarez! It's a goal! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Suarez demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
England go up by 2 and are looking good.
And things are...
And Messi! It's bounced back off the post. And it's there! And they are disappearing out of sight. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So now the difference is 3.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Serginho gets into a good position. And this is Luis Suarez. He's found a way through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. It's a pretty loose pass. There will be a throw-in. Messi gets a foot in here. Rooney. Bellingham. Oh, that's a key interception. Totti. Bellingham. Serginho picks it up out wide. And this is Totti, and he's managed to get free. Tries a shot! And it's in! And they are right back within touch!
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Now it's Totti. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that...
Can he finish? Brilliantly cut out. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Vieira. It is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And that's going to be a booking. the keeper's ball. Not the most convincing of passes. Akanji. Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Shapes to shoot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Corner number 2 then. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And the referee brings it to a close. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. It feels a little early to be talking about promotion, but things couldn't be any more straightforward. Win, and they will do it. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're very much on the way now. England must not lose. The potential ramifications simply too much to contemplate. Oh, that's well spotted. He's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
It's also the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
And he has been fouled there. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. He contemplates his options meticulously. Now, who's going to be first to this? Desai for Ferdinand. It's come to nothing. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He saw the danger and he went crashing in.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Ronaldinho. Oh, he's having a go! Well, that is rather wayward.
England certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Mbappe. Suarez receives it in a good position here. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Messi was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. It's a pretty loose pass. Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn. England are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
And it's Bellingham. Guardiola. And here's Messi. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. No, he wasn't going to let him past.
Suarez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Nuno Mendes tries a cross. Shapes to shoot! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. England have reclaimed it. And he's managed to get rid. Ferdinand. Nuno Mendes. That has not gone well. Now it's Mbappe. Ferdinand kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Kimmich. And now the breakaway. Rijkaard. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Desai. Now it's Shevchenko. Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Oh, that's clever. Vieira gets across to intercept that. He might... And Shevchenko! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
There's a certain aura about him today. Tremendous.
Vieira. Nuno Mendes. Ronaldinho wants to run onto this. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Rice clears. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Well read, nice interception. Nuno Mendes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Messi! Big moment! Massive goal!
Surprise, surprise. Look who turns up to give his side the ultimate lift before the break. Now we can look forward to a whole different game in this second half.
And that is all they have time for. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. England coming in at half-time, leading by 1-0.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
England are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. And we are back underway. England currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Vardiol. Now it's Mbappe. Some resolute defending there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Messi.
England have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Ronaldinho! Wow! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And this is getting better and better. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Oh, that was breathtaking. He'll never hit another as well in his whole career.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.
Bienvenidos al partido de hoy.
Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things already rolling.
There's a player below, Peter, that I admire on a professional and personal level, the one and only Raúl.
He's just out on his own for consistency.
Indeed, and a terrific leader. Talent has to be backed up by hard work and tenacity, and he leads by example, hence the respect he commands.
He might be in here! Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now it's Raúl. Rodrigo, and there's his chance to lead the counter. That's Cáceres. And here's Lewandowski. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dink through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
That is good alertness. Schneider. And he's managed to get free. He's found some space. Referee has just said play on. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Cáceres. Rodrigo. Pau Kubasi promptly onto that, and that is that. And he's quick to snatch it back. And this is Xavi Alonso. Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Suarez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Luis Suarez! Worth a try. Shame about the outcome.
Suarez clearly felt that he was entitled to try that, and I'm inclined to agree with him.
Shoots! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Cáceres is there, and he can pick it up. That has not gone well. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Decent chance! Goal! Barcelona! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Yamal. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And this is Lewandowski. Can he get it through?
Might want to be careful there.
He'll try from distance. Oh, that is outstanding! He's got himself an absolute peach. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
And he's heaved it away. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He is through here. goes for a shot!
Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty.
So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Can he? Will he?
Stop from Courtois.
And it's Xavi Alonso.
Alonso!
Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Camavinga. Now it's Rodrigo. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rodrigo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That could spell trouble. Camavinga. Luis Suarez. And he's intervened well there. Pass somewhat off target. Kaká tries to pass it through. Chance for a shot! Kubasi. Camavinga. And this is Lewandowski. Yamal. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Xavi Alonso. Rodrigo. He has found the way through. Rodrigo crosses it in.
That's good defensive concentration.
Camavinga! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Short changes him with that pass. And it's Camavinga. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 11 será sustituido por...
Barcelona kick off the second half.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Now it's Rodrigo. Cáceres, and he's whipped it across. Good read, needed to be. Vinicius Junior has found the net here, of course. Well, that pass isn't the best. And this is Luis Suarez. Pau Kubasi does well to get it back. Pau Kubasi did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Barcelona different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Oh, nice touch. He's having a pop! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Now that looks a decent ball. Koundé gets over and intercepts. And it's Camavinga. Camavinga gets across to intercept that. Koundé. Kaká. Oh, just skips past his man. Eder Militao. Rodrigo. Almost an hour gone. Oh, nicely intercepted. Schneider.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that was vital. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's roll! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's making progress on the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nicely shaped ball. Oh, well played, well played. That's a shade optimistic. He's cut it out. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And that is a little undercooked. Looking for the run. He's found a way through. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Pressing high and with purpose. Caceres knocks it into space. That's a throw.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 11. El dorsal 18.
He's shifting through the gears here.
El dorsal 20.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 10.
So we have movement on both benches.
Será reemplazado por el dorsal
Pass has got
15.
astray. Koundé. Looking to play him in. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Played into space. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Schneider. Ambitious ball here. Cute ball, now how can he reach it? Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
In comes the corner. He's done very well to get to that.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Now it's Mbappe.
think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham. It's a pretty loose pass. Now, can they get him away?
Un minuto de descuento.
It's a threatening... And the shots! He lifts the roof! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it!
Gol del Barcelona.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played.
They knocked and knocked, but there is time for no more. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won.
Bienvenidos al partido de hoy.
Well, the next couple of hours or so will be critical in deciding their ultimate fate. Having made their intentions clear at the start of all this, now they have the chance to make it happen. It is all eyes forward and full steam ahead. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So straight into the action. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Frenkie de Jong has attained the status of elite midfielder at a tender age. It's very rare you see someone have so much maturity, composure and vision on the ball. One of the best proponents of total football I've seen in recent times.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Oh, easy pickings there. And it's Camavinga. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now that's well seen too. Eder Militao. And Koundé. Nicely weighted ball. De Jong. Roberto Carlos producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. That is a brilliant interception. Koundé. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Suarez receives it in a good position here. That's been cut out, well played. Guardiola. Just eases him off the ball. Bellingham. He's through here. Now it's Yamal. He might be in here. They want to be quick to recover this. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Camavinga really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. And it's Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? Threads one in. Shoots! He's got away with one there. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Bellingham. Alonso. He's going to be disappointed with that.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Well timed, excellent interception. De Jong, and here's the chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. Roberto Carlos, here comes the cross. And he's there to belt it away. Caceres. Now it's Camavinga. Now it's Luis Suarez. Pepe cuts it out. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. He's picked his way through. And he's whipped it across. Out towards the flank. Played back into the centre. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Ricky Puig must have made the worst possible choice there. It was crying out to be released left.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Villa. Gets a good foot in there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's found a way past. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Now it's Yamal. And he cuts out the supply.
That was lovely, that.
He's having a shot! Can he finish? Guardiola. Now it's Yamal. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Yamal! Ricky Puig. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. And here's Suarez. Luis Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! Oh, that is a fair try. And it's half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So there was the first half.
Barcelona certainly have plenty of positives to take from that first half, especially the way they were able to turn it on in the last few minutes. I can see them coming out with more menace, more meaningfulness after the break, as momentum is definitely with them now.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 8 será reemplazado por el dorsal 4.
Down to business again.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Oh, that's well spotted.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Luis Suarez. De Jong. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he's intervened well there. Bellingham. Luis Suarez. Caceres. Looking to play him in. Ricky Puig. And it's De Jong. Lovely pass, but can he get there? De Jong showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. No, that's been intercepted. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Luis Suarez. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. That's got him rattled. Barcelona with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. Chance! And that is wildly off target.
De Jong really looks sharp out there. That first touch, sensation.
Still absolutely nothing to report here goals-wise. And he skips past his man. Bellingham has the space to scheme. And they've managed to get rid. Back in once more. Well read. And the danger is averted. Yamal.
And they can counter here.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's De Jong. Played with finesse. Luis Suarez. Bayer breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Great vision. Oh, nicely intercepted. Ricky Puig is sporting a guilty look after that. And there's the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
Caceres. Well, in probably an entirely one-sided game, still up for grabs. Nothing to show for all the pressure. Caceres. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Eder Militao spots it and intercepts. De Jong. And it's Koundé. And it's made its way to him. Crosses it in here. And he gets rid in a hurry.
There's nothing more infuriating for a fan than seeing passing without penetration. They're just stuck in a rut.
He's having a hit! That had everyone off their seats.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 15.
So we have movement on both benches.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Koundé. Can he get on the end of this? And they're quick to get it back. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Bellingham. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Luis Suarez.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And it's Bellingham, aimed beyond the defence. In towards the back stick. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Suarez looking to play it into the box.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
Opts to play it. And a chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Koundé. And here's De Jong. Thinks about the shot. Camavinga. Gets his head on it! And he's found the net! And that could well be the winner!
But before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith. Luis Suarez! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Suarez is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game. Now it's Camavinga, and here's Ferran Torres. Tries a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Ferran Torres clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
So, third corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. Kaka. There will be 4 extra minutes. And they can counter here. Now it's Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres. Oh, super shapes to shoot! And he has his goal! And right near the end, we have parity. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 10.
Into extra time we go. Barcelona conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Neither. He's going for goal! Oh, and the shot! Now that's a real chance missed.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Al Kubasi tries to clear. Played out to the left flank. Quick look, then plays it in. Defending of the desperate variety. Valverde, now it's Villa. David Villa, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he's managed to get free. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Look at the space here. Chance! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Barcelona have their lead. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Chance, surely! Here's a chance! So close to drawing level.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Now that looks a decent ball.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Pepe is there. Shot at goal! Ferran Torres is flagged offside. And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
So what a
today's
sight
match.
this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So things are... Shoots! And needless to say, that deserved better.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
The most accurate pass, and he was alert to it. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Aston clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And this is Rooney. Haaland. Ferdinand. Driving forward. And he's running through. Threads one in. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Silvestre. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Saka receives it in a wide position. And a chance! It's in! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just
After
apply the
11
finishing
minutes
touch.
is number 19, Brian Mbumo.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
So far, so good, Peter, but they need to start thinking of the next one now. Take this momentum and force the issue even more.
Now it's Rooney. Oh, played right into his real chance! And that's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
We're looking at a different game now.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Well, that has not gone well. Can he get on the end of this? Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
And we have our very first corner. Rooney plays it short. So it's going to be another corner. It's their second corner of the game.
That's well played. He knew he had to mop that up.
Romero is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Pinches it off him. Saka. Great vision. Haaland. He's come in hard. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Aims beyond the defence. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Silvestre. Saka. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Vieira with a definite foul there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. The pass has gone astray. Vieira is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Oh, super find. Oh, well played, well played. Saka. Burmo. Now it's Haaland. Oh, good spread. He's on it. Can he get away? And the finish! That looks a good cross. Oh, that's well spotted. Silvestre. And it's Soboslai. And it's Wirtz. Szoboszlai to Gerrard. That is good strength. Oh, no joy this time. Knocks it into space. Van Dijk cuts it out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Aston clearly should have got...
Rooney! It's hit the upright. Wirtz, and that is a little undercooked. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
So the last big chance perhaps before half-time.
Well, I think the technical challenge is doable. This could depend on the amount of power.
Rooney! Oh, he's pulled off a fine save.
Oh, the keeper, for me, just made that look an awful lot easier than it actually was.
And he cuts out the supply. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Haaland. Pass somewhat off target. It's a pretty loose pass. Tries to play it through. Oh, easy pickings there. Good ball, good take. That's a shade optimistic. And for the first half, that is that. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Substitution for Aston, number 10, Ollie Watkins.
So we're into the second 45.
Is number 14, Didier Drogba.
And the pass is intercepted. Gerrard. He whips in across. Well, that pass isn't the best. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
It's a searching pass. Now that's well seen too. Haaland. Well read, nice interception.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Drogba in acres of space out wide. Burmo. Vieira is the team's great visionary. He's in a good position here. Chance for a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Haaland clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Rodri. Haaland. McAllister. And that could set him on his way. Now this could be a chance. Oh, great chance! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Gerrard does really well to win the ball there. Gerrard, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Saka, he's through here. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And he's been shifted off it. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Rooney has created one goal already. And it's Gerrard. And the shot's on here. Chance! Oh, it's gone in! And they're back in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Substitution for Aston, number 9.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Well, there is that saying, Peter, that if it isn't broke, don't try and fix it. But I suppose you don't want to risk anything in a game like this.
So we have... Oh, he's been... Can he finish? Oh, good finish. And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Simplicity itself.
Well, my sympathies go to the keeper, who is left horribly exposed. You don't expect...
Shot a goal! You've got to be quick to recover this. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Burmo being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Tries to pass it through. That pass has been well intercepted. Saka, he's got away. Flings it. Gets his head on it! Dispatched clinically. And they get themselves in front! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Rice. Gerrard gets over and intercepts.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Drogba unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Saka. Rice wins the duel this time. Short changes him with that pass. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That has ended up in no man's land. Rooney is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
That's a little off target. Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now that looks a decent ball.
Manchester really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Rooney. Vieira. Gerrard. Couldn't squeeze it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Silvestre kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Looking for the run. Saka is onto this. Tries a shot! Off the post! In he goes again! It's a goal! 2 ahead, late in the day, game over surely. That was easy, almost 2. And that is that. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours.
And we come to you now with a quick request.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Manchester can be...